easy to define. Steady living bring you peace of mind. Would you ever trip my line? Steady living, a change of lifestyle. Steady living with my body.
Welcome back to the Peach Permaculture Farm. It's Wednesday, June 17th. We're approaching summer solstice, so we're trying to plant as much as we can during the next few days, and then at that point we'll probably call it good and then just take care of what's growing. So right here we've already got some raised beds. We just need to hand till them in, add a little bit more manure. We'll put peppers and basil into them. The greenhouse is still full of peppers and basil, and Wakan's out here seeding a bunch of newly amended paths out there in beds with summer squash and cucumbers. We're gonna have squash and cucumbers galore. We just put some Big Max pumpkins out there at the top of our circle, and a few cantaloupes. And we recently did the far edge with melons and zucchinis and cucumbers. So pretty well getting close to the solstice and almost done planting for the year. We're gonna have to go get a few more sprinkler parts. And with that, we'll be pretty much done for planting and setting things up for the year, and we'll go on to harvesting. For the next week, we'll finish our planting. We'll get everything emptied out of the greenhouse and get it taken down. And we've already taken to weeding, because that's what we do. Sometimes when it's this hot and we don't want to be working in the field, we go weed. And we got to keep weeding everything through. And hopefully tomorrow we'll be picking up or receiving a few tons of old hay that isn't really good for sale anymore. And we'll use that in the spots where we've just weeded. We want to get those mulched over as fast as we can so that we don't have to weed them again. That'll hold the water into the soil. It'll help prevent the weeds. It adds organic matter to the soil for later, what little bits of it we lose. And from there, we'll just go on to harvesting. Our first beds along the fence over there are already great for harvesting, and on Saturday we'll harvest from there and be selling them at the Community Roots Market on Sunday morning on North Division Street, right across from Mountain Gear. Yeah, killdeer's still making noise and breaking one wing at a time. We're waiting for it to harvest a hawk food.
The hawks are still here too.
Yeah, the hawks are still here. The hawks and I have gotten in touch. When I ask them where they are, they usually let me know. Cucumbers. He just did summer squash. I think he ran out.
In a trench? How do they plant them?
Everything's different style here and there, but we had all that manure, and we thought we could either just make furrows. Some places we just made our regular furrows in the ground and planted, and then we'll come back and put manure around and over it and amend the soil later. And instead of rushing, we decided to take our time over here. We had some extra help and wanted to really do it right, so we went ahead and added the manure over our rows, hand-tilled it in with the shovel, and then we're making our furrows and planting them. And we're not really doing the 3-foot center mounds and thinning them down. We're just planting like one cucumber every foot, and then if they need thinning down, we will, and otherwise we'll just go with what germinates. About 4.5 feet to the next row. First things harvested are salads, and they're already ready. There's a lot of salad already ready. The kale and the chard have to get a little bit bigger, but we've got some excellent mizuna. Wakan and I have been living off the salad here for a week or two, and after that, I'm not sure what's going to come next. Some of our tomatoes started flowering early, mainly the ones that were last to be transplanted started flowering early. So I went through, and our friend Ingrid also, and we've been cutting the flowers off of a lot of them so that they'll get to be bigger plants. And so that'll be the first harvest. Some of the blueberries, well, we left 2 blueberry plants with flowers. That way we'd have just a little bit of snack fun. And the rest of them, we picked all the flowers off real early so that they'd be bigger, more established plants for next year. It seemed like a better thing to do in the long-term view of things. But we finally got all the blueberries planted into our mandala circle over there, and that makes everybody pretty happy. If anybody has extra parts for a 2-inch hand line, we'd love to get our hands on some. They're kind of expensive and they're not so easy to find around town, but we need some T-junctions and some bushings and some sprinkler heads, that any kind that you can put on a 3/4-inch pipe. Don't need snow. The on and off rain has been great. Been loving the rainbows. Love watching our beautiful hawks soaring around.
to define. Steady living bring you peace of mind. Would you ever trip my line? Steady living a change of lifestyle. Steady living risk my body for